While Shunsui might not have as much screen time in Bleach as he deserves, he always ends up making his presence palpable in whatever scene he's in. His nonchalant yet wise demeanor is instantly apparent, and this quote personifies what Shunsui's character is all about. Byakuya is the last major hurdle that Ichigo needs to clear in a bid to save Rukia. However, it's clear from the get-go that Ichigo will need to bring out his A-game in order to get the better of this fearsome. This line of dialogue enough showcases exactly why this is the case. No matter how good an opponent's defense might be, Byakuya will always find a way to pierce this guard with his pinpoint attacks. Renji might seem like your run-of-the-mill goofball when he's introduced in Bleach, but he grows on the audience over time because of his endearing personality. Of course, the fact that he's an honorable warrior who always follows a code in battle certainly adds a ton more to his character too. Ichigo is considered by many people to be a pretty cliched protagonist, but this statement is doing a ton of disservice to a character that has a ton of brilliant moments, fleshing out his character in the process. This orange-haired Shinigami has a penchant for getting into an opponent's head with his comments as well, and lines like these are a great example of what he's all about. One of the most battle-thirsty fighters in the entire series, Kenpachi is a character that fans can't help but love due to the sheer insanity of this character. His zeal for battle is so intense that pretty much everything he says in the heat of a confrontation is meant to hammer in one point. Fights are always to the death when Kenpachi is involved.
Rukia is the first Shinigami we're introduced to in Bleach, and it goes without saying that fans were more than infatuated by this brilliant character. While she might seem silly at times, there's no denying the fact that Rukia has a strong heart and will always place the interests of others before her own.
The idea of a protagonist in a shonen anime losing his fights is hard to fathom, and it's a great thing that one of Ichigo's strongest qualities is the fact that he's extremely headstrong and never gives up on anything. Whenever Ichigo gets into a fight, the thirst for battle isn't what drives him forward, rather, it's the need to win a confrontation so that Ichigo can take another step forward to this goal. Jin is one of the most complex characters in the entire series, and his tragic backstory plays a huge role in shaping his character. The circumstances surrounding Jin made him walk down a dark path, but he never did so out of an inherent need to be evil, something that can't be said for the next character on this list. Aizen might have redeemed himself with his very last action in the final moments of Bleach, but there's no denying the fact that he was one of the evilest yet hypnotic antagonists in shonen history. His ideologies were morally corrupt no matter how anyone might spin it, but it was still understandable in some twisted manner. Ichigo was always an individual driven towards a particular goal or purpose. Being aimless and just doing things for the sake of it was never his style, and understandably so. His need to fulfill a higher purpose is prevalent in every action he strives to accomplish, including but not limited to fighting.